What's up, Internet? Welcome back to your house. This may very well be the last episode of the series. We have successfully avoided an intruder, and we have now found, as a result of that, a key for our piano. Here we go. Uh-huh. Debbie tries the key, and that was hidden behind the picture frame, and sure enough, the piano lid opens with a metallic click. It fits, I knew it. Grinning from ear to ear, Debbie ceremoniously sits on the piano stool and begins to play. Time stands still as she plays. Perhaps it's only a few minutes pass by, or maybe several hours. Either way, it's enough for Debbie to forget everything. Her father, the mansion, her ill-fated 18th birthday, Hicksville College, and her pig of a boyfriend. Ooh. After this brief mental pause, ecstatic, Debbie stops playing and becomes emotional at the silence. She exhales a deep sigh and opens her eyes, ready to continue exploring the room with renewed curiosity. A shelf full of records catches her eye. Debbie pulls out a few and examines them. She's not there. Light my fire. Take 5. They're all 45s, I think. Interesting. There's some stuff I could pull from that. Just below the shelf, there's a record player with built-in speakers. It has several compartments and a phrase made up of letters framed in diamonds. They look like buttons. Two-tone. Oh, I see. GTY. ENT. GTY. KFV. What? ENT GTY KFV. Huh, okay. So I could play the piano. I could do... GTY. ENTGTY. That's not a word. Or words. KFV especially is not a word. And there's actually too few diamonds because there's 9 diamonds that make up these records. So maybe one of them. Are any of the records playable? ENT, GTY, KFE. No. This says play. I don't get that one. Oh, hold on. Interesting. I don't know what to do here. Two-tone. Take 5, huh? Is there some sort of substitution code? KFV. Let me just quickly. Just gonna write out these letters just so I could look at them. So ENT, GTY, KFV. No, that's not anything. There's no way. There's only one vowel in that whole thing. EN and the EN and the T play. The W and the O's do not in any of those. Maybe it's about how do the letters react with the word? So hold on. So it's not there. Maybe it's a pattern thing. So it'd be like I don't know. 45. And I can't go anywhere else, right? No. Two-tone. I don't know what it wants from me here. I feel like I might have to. I don't know what it wants. To open the cabinet, you do look at the disc. Yeah. What do the marked letters have in common? What position do the marked letters occupy? Okay, so it is a pattern type thing. The third, fifth, and seventh. Third, fifth, and seventh. Third, fifth, and seventh. Okay, so third, fifth, and seventh. Did I still not understand it? Hold on. So every time it's on the third, the fifth, and the seventh letter of the sequence. 3rd, 5th, and 7th. 3rd, 5th, and 7th. Maybe it's... because that's a 7th chord. Third, 5th, 7th. I feel like I tried that. Hello? What position do the marked letters occupy? Those. What the fuck? And it's OOE, so that's not even helping in terms of, like, this. I don't understand. Am I crazy? But that's what it's trying to get me to do, isn't it? Maybe it's just reversed. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't get it. I might just do as spoiler-free of a look as I can about maybe I'm doing this wrong. Okay, so in looking at a guide from online, the letters in the record player which spell two-tone, third, fifth, last. And it's not working, so I think the game is bugged. So we're gonna try this again, and if this doesn't work... Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so... yeah, that was bugged. That's annoying. Take that. Beaming with joy, Debbie bends down to peer into the compartment she has just managed to open. Inside is a set of slides. We'll take those with us. I know where these go. With no time to spare, Debbie grabs the slides and returns to the place she left the stereoscope, confident that it still works. Dining room. Back in the dining room, Debbie nervously paces up and down as her eyes scan the floor. Where the hell is it? She finally finds it. The stereoscope has been slightly damaged after the scuffle with the thug her father sent, but it still works. Just as well. Debbie carefully places the slides that were inside the record player and looks through the viewfinder. Time is on my side. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Your name. Oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, this is something that we had. So, we're talking about an E, G, B, B. Oh. Score! Debbie stares at the clock for a few seconds, mesmerized. The numbers have turned into letters. This is crazy, but what am I supposed to... She mutters to herself as she scratches her hair, completely disheveled. Stubbornly, Debbie goes over the slides again. Wait a minute, what does my name sound like? Debbie feels like her head might just explode from all the thinking she's been doing. She senses she's close to solving this latest riddle, but needs to hit the right key. The right key, that's it. She thinks as she walks out of there. Okay, it says your name. D-E-B-B-I. Okay, so this is set to 12:20. Let's try that. So 12:20 is DE. This is 9:10 BB, yeah. And then what's the last one? 6:20 IE. But there's no such thing as an I. On a piano. DEBB. AE. What? We're replacing just an A with an with. Why? That's not how her name is. What? Debbie prances around the grand piano. The jazz musicians on the wall seem to celebrate her triumph. Yes, yes, yes. Or am I or am I not the best? As she plays her name, the lights on the piano have begun to flicker, and immediately a small hatch on the side of the instrument has sprung open. Debbie walks over and looks inside, where she finds a strange metal button. She's about to press this, but restrains herself. She feels as though she's about to desecrate a sacred place, like the sarcophagus of a pharaoh in the bowels of an Egyptian pyramid. What if at the end of this labyrinth there's nothing but a curse and she ends up dead, like those tomb raiders or archaeologists who died under strange circumstances? No risk, no reward, she says to herself before pressing the button with a trembling finger. And then the piano starts to play by itself. It sounds like pre-recorded melodies. It's a mechanical piano, Debbie concludes, somewhat disappointed by the finding. The player piano's mechanism seems to be hidden in the soundboard, which seems much larger than usual. Debbie persists and repeatedly presses the button. The letters on the keys sync as melodies she doesn't recognize play. Tired, she plops down on the piano stool and shrugs her shoulders. Her eyes are again distracted by the walls. Okay. She feels lost, overwhelmed for the first time by the enormity of it all. Where the hell does this joke end? What's the point of all these puzzles? To drive me crazy? Debbie looks down, giving up. She feels like sending it all down the drain. The piano, the puzzles, the mansion, and then suddenly her eyes light up. I'm so stupid. Debbie gets up and rushes over to the record player. There it is, underneath the record she pulled off the shelf. How did I forget about you? Triumphant, Debbie lifts the scrapbook, the blessed scrapbook. She opens it to the page that was written on the back of the photo. Surely you know what I have to do next. This poster, with its bold colors and dynamic composition, became an instant sensation, adorning the walls of jazz clubs, record stores, and music halls across the country. Jazz enthusiasts and admirers of Billy's music flocked to see the poster, drawn by its arresting beauty and profound resonance. As word of Ava Sinclair's masterpiece spread, so too did the legend of Billie Holiday. Her music, once confined to the dimly lit corners of jazz clubs, now reached audiences far and wide, touching the hearts of listeners with its timeless appeal. And though Billie Holiday had long since passed into legend, her spirit lived on in Ava Sinclair's poster, a testament to the enduring power of music to transcend time and space. For generations to come, the poster would serve as a reminder of Billie's indelible mark on the world of jazz and to the extraordinary talent of the woman known simply as the Lady Blues. So, those three. Why couldn't I do that before? So the rest, and then I chose the wrong ones, that's why. Oh, the symbols are flipped. The rest, the S, and the target. Or is it... Is it just whichever ones are there? It's the two corners. Yeah, these two are flipped. Huh. Okay. Opens it to the page. So yeah, here it's S infinity. So the difference is that these two are flipped. So it should be this one, and this one. But the poster has us, or the page has us doing that. Or what if it's completely flipped? And it's now these ones. So the rest, the S, and the crosshair. Yes. One, two, three. Nope, we got another one, but I'm not really super sure about. And now I can't be sure that the game isn't just messing up. Maybe we just go from here. Oh, da, 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 da. I don't know what that can help me do, though. Oh, what? What is that doing? Oh, I just do I subtract those? Is that what it's saying? Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, now we got this. We need a number. Bum, bum. Let's play it. Hold on. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Is that a 9? Okay, how about... One more time. EC. ECBA. CB. Oh, ACABDFE. ECBA. ECBA. Oh, sorry. ECABDFE. ECABDFE. That's 0. Okay. And then B-A-C-D-F-E. B-A-C... B-A-C-D-F-E, so it's 5. Nice.
Dear Debbie, these are difficult words for me to write, but I suppose you deserve some answers. Before I was born, my parents had scripted my fate, forcing me into a loveless marriage and a life full of pretense. I was also compelled to follow in their footsteps and become an architect. However, I encountered constant roadblocks put in my way by those who couldn't stand to see a woman excel. Unexpectedly, my penchant for thievery saved me from that hell. I confess that the thrill of orchestrating a heist and getting away with it offered me some unparalleled satisfaction. While my exploits had been modest at first, perhaps the time had come to aim higher. When you think about it, thieves and architects aren't so different. Both are masters of blueprints and plans. I then set out to lead a double life and take revenge on those who had humiliated me, stealing from the very buildings they never let me design. They never caught me. They didn't even suspect me. They all thought I was the perfect wife. Only my beloved cats knew who I really was. But then, as fate would have it, I became pregnant with a baby girl, whom I named Deborah. I instantly became aware of the grave mistake I had made. You were not the mistake, my Debbie. The context was my husband, his family, the society in which I was forced to live. Plunged into despair, I could barely get out of bed. I worried about your future, our future. Refusing to subject you to live with a captive mother, I made a choice that haunts me to this day. I ran, feigned my death, and disappeared without a farewell. Yes, Debbie, I am your mother. Serena Pullen, Leon, and Erica Clow were mere masks that life forced me to wear in order to survive. These secrets are hidden in this house, your house. Now that you've discovered them, I can only hope that someday you'll understand why I did what I did, and that you'll find it in your heart to forgive me. Love, Mom.
Forget about me. Forever. Debbie writes on a postcard. The treasures of the house have given her the financial freedom to say a definitive goodbye to her father, closing a painful chapter of her life. She feels happy. 8 months ago, she enrolled in fine arts, finally finding a space to explore her emotions and give an artistic form to the questions that still haunt her. For Debbie, art has become more than just an activity. It's a tool for self-discovery and profound expression. At university, she met Diane, who brought both emotional stability and creative partnership into her life. Together, they founded the Killer Kittens, a feminist art collective dedicated to challenging societal norms and sparking reflection through performances laced with biting humor and sharp societal critique. Every joke is a small revolution, Debbie thinks to herself as she presses a stamp onto the postcard. The house, once a somber space weighed down by memories, is now her sanctuary and studio. It has been transformed into a vibrant, lively haven where the Killer Kittens gather to brainstorm, connect, and create. It stands as a silent witness to the emotions, thoughts, and projects Debbie records in her old red notebook. But not all shadows have disappeared. On the quietest nights, Debbie still wonders about her mother. Is she alive? Should she look for her? The idea of a reunion hovers between the pull of nostalgia and an deep unspoken fear. On her bedside table, next to the now complete amulet, the book Your House seems to watch her, offering promises of answers she isn't sure she's ready to find. She often leafs through its pages, finding comfort in the realization that, like her mother, she now has something invaluable, a dream to pursue, and plenty of mistakes still to make. Okay. These are all of our people involved. Many places, March 2025. Okay. I'm going to say that was pretty good. I love the art design of the whole game. I think the actual puzzle design is not my favorite. Mostly because a lot of the more interesting stuff was actually just like the game. It wasn't even puzzles. It was really just like how you interacted with the words, which is the stuff about Device 6 that I love the most about it. I don't think that the puzzles in Device 6 are anything like super special, but it's just how the game kind of interacts with the medium that you're using it is that I find the most interesting thing. And that was the same thing here. Some of those puzzles, despite the one that also broke on me, I don't know. I wasn't feeling super confident. The Law of Tapes one from the end of chapter 3 felt a little lazy. I don't know. There's a couple of puzzles that I didn't super love, but I respect the hell out of anybody who makes a game. Obviously, it's a monumental feat to even come up with something like this. So, and I love games that take place in one setting and that are about like a mysterious house with all sorts of secrets. So that stuff definitely kept me engaged, and I love that. So, thank you for watching this game so far and watching it all the way through to the end. We'll have another game coming up very soon, taking this one's place now that it is over. If you're in the mood for other games right away, you could check out our lists of playlists on the channel, which has all of our other series we've played for the channel. If you haven't watched Lorelei and the Laser Eyes and you like the kind of the vibe that we were getting from this, please watch that playthrough, or play the game yourself, or both, because that game is amazing and it has a lot of the same kind of like mystery, like why are we here kind of thing. Yeah, and until then, please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.